Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly guitar meeting episode number 101 at Siccas Guitars. I hope you are doing well and thanks for all your kind comments on the weekly guitar meeting of the last week. It was the 100th edition and it was a very enjoyable weekly guitar meeting. I did that episode with Jonathan and Carla in Langendijk, very good concert guitarist, and we have tested some guitars and we also showcased our personal favorite guitars at Siccas. So if you still didn't watch that episode, I would recommend to watch it. And before we start with the guitars of this week, I want to draw your attention to discount on our website. We will have 5% discount on the guitars. You have to use the code welcome spring 5 on our website and you will have 5% discount. Let's start with the first guitar of this week. The first guitar of this week is made by the Italian guitar luthier Graziano Calanna, and he is a former student of Daniele Chiesa. So Daniele Chiesa is of course one of the most well-known Italian guitar luthiers. This guitar, made by Graziano Calanna, is from 2023. It's brand new and it's a traditionally built guitar with a spruce top and Indian rosewood back and sides. So a very classic choice of woods, and let's see how the guitar sounds. Usually in the weekly guitar meetings I played my favorite chords and then I started to talk, but now I will try to play a little bit more on the guitar before I start to say something about the sound of the guitars. Of course, what I noticed straight away with this guitar is a bright sound and a very good clarity in the sound. So it has a very traditional sound. It's bright, but it's not too harsh. It's not like unpleasant for the ears. It has a sweet tone. I can describe it better in this way. It has a very sweet tone. Very soft overtones and also good sustain. It doesn't stop. And I think a very singing trebles. Of course, if a guitar has a good and long sustain, it has automatically also a very singing tone. Let's play more on it. Beautiful tone. The shape of the neck is, for me personally, for my fingers or hands, a bit too thick. It has a strong tension. For many guitarists who usually buzz on many guitars, this would be the perfect guitar. The most noticeable thing for me personally is still the clarity of the guitar. You can control everything, and every chord, every interval, every tone is very clear, and there is no sound cloud on this guitar. It was a brand new Graziano Calanna from Italy, and let me know what you think about the sound. And let's move to the next guitar. The next guitar is made by the French guitar luthier Thomas Dauge. And he is actually very well known for his Daniel Friedrich replicas, and they sound really exceptional. And this guitar is his own model. It's not a Friedrich replica, it's a Thomas Dauge guitar, his own construction, and this is brand new. It has the number 164. It comes with a spruce top and Indian rosewood back and sides. It's a very well-built guitar, very simple but very elegant, like a French guitar, and I'm very curious how this guitar sounds. Well, this guitar has a wow effect, and this is the very responsive sound, very loud sound, I would say. You can also feel the whole guitar is resonating. The clarity is also there, like the previous guitar by Graziano Calanna. It has still some characters of a Daniel Friedrich guitar. Also the sustain is great. So you can let the tones sing. A lovely sound. It's very pleasant to play on this guitar because the guitar sounds very open and very round with a lot of overtones, a very fast response, almost like a double top guitar, very fast. But the difference is you have a fast response, but you have still the sustain, because sometimes the sustain and the fast response don't match together. A guitar which has a very fast response usually has no long sustain. But in this case, the guitar has a good sustain and also a very good response. I love it. Let me know what do you think about the sound of this brand new Dauge guitar. And yeah, let's move to the next guitar. The next guitar of this week is made by the very well-known Japanese guitar luthier Masaru Kohno. And this guitar is made by the maestro himself. It's from 1969, so it's nearly a vintage guitar. I love the sound of that, of the Kohnos of that years, and I don't know, maybe it's just a guitar that has been aged through the time, and I like the sound very much. And this one, as I said, is from 1969. It has the number 8 and it has a 65.5 centimeter scale, so just a little bit, half a centimeter longer scale than the usual guitars. It comes with a spruce top and Brazilian rosewood back and sides. Let's see how it sounds. What a sustain. What I also notice is that the tones react very well to your fingers or to the vibratos. So it means that the guitar has also a very good response. And it has a very sweet sound. It has actually a Spanish sound with a French sustain and roundness. That was a good description, I think. But let's play more on it. You know, the good thing about the guitars with the long sustain is that you can take your time when you are playing pieces, especially if you are playing more ballads and more slow pieces by Barrios or what I was playing now, because you can take your time and the tone is still ringing. But if the tone is too short, you have to go on very fast to the next chord. I'm very curious what you say about the sound of this Masaru Kohno guitar, and let's move to the last two guitars of this week, which are made by one luthier. The next guitar is made by the German guitar luthier Paul Hildebrandt. Actually, I did an interview with Paul Hildebrandt where he is introducing two guitars that are nearly completely similar with one little change in the top construction. And I'm going to present these two guitars now again. And if you are interested in the whole video, in the detailed description and comparison of the two guitars, watch our video. I think the name is Paul Hildebrandt Experiment. You can find it on our YouTube channel, or I will put the link in the video description, then it's easier. And yeah, this is one of those two guitars made by Paul Hildebrandt. This guitar has the number 13, and he hasn't built many guitars because he's very young, but the guitars look so good. The guitars look like he has been building guitars for over 30 years. He is a very, very skillful guitar luthier, and this one is brand new. It comes with a spruce top and Indian rosewood back and sides with some very beautiful little decorations on the guitar. Let's see how it sounds. Beautiful tone. The first thing what I notice is loud and responsive sound. It's kind of a very German guitar. Many of German, especially the modern German guitar luthiers, build loud and very responsive guitars. And this guitar is the same, but I have the feeling that this guitar has a very beautiful tone, especially in the trebles. Quite traditional. And correct me if I'm wrong. And let's move straight away into the next Paul Hildebrandt guitar, which is actually the same. And this Paul Hildebrandt guitar has the number 14, and it comes also with a spruce top, Indian rosewood back and sides, very beautiful decorations, nearly exactly the same construction, but the top of the guitar has some little differences in comparison to the other guitar. If you are interested in more information and what is different in the top of this guitar compared to the other guitar, please watch the video that I did a few weeks ago with Paul Hildebrandt. You can find the link in the video description. And let's see how this one sounds. I feel that this guitar has a bit more overtones and a longer sustain compared to the other Paul Hildebrandt guitar, but I think the other one was more responsive. It has a louder responsive sound. So at the end it depends to what kind of guitar you're looking for. So it was the second Paul Hildebrandt guitar of this week's weekly guitar meeting. I'm also very curious what you say or how do you compare the sound of these two guitars and what you say about the sound of the other guitars. Once again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to visit our website. You will have a 5% discount on the guitars if you use the code WELCOME SPRING 5. Have a nice weekend and see you next week.